Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Planet Zoo. Today we are going to be building that giant shared enclosure with the buffalo and the prairie dogs and raccoons and skunks and beavers and pronghorn, everything. I think it came out really good. Well, it came out alright. It wasn't what I envisioned in my head because I can't do the stuff that I think about. Like, I don't know how to do water in a way where it looks like it's starting at a hill and rolling down. The water doesn't work like that in this game, which sucks, because that was my initial idea, but it's alright. And then you'll see in here too, I tried to build um, the 4x4 adventure track, and it's a lot of wasted time. I still left it in here though, so you guys can see my experience with it. But it was still just a lot of wasted time because I ended up scrapping the whole idea. Because from what I can tell, you have to end where you started. So it has to be a whole loop. And I can't do a whole loop and have it look good. So I left it alone. Anyway, we're doing the thick glass barrier just because right now it's my favorite. It looks very clean. It looks very nice. And I didn't know what all I needed in terms of strength and stuff, so I kind of just went with whatever. But we just did this, just super close to everything. The only thing I didn't do also, by the way, for the enclosure is I didn't do any of the education. I'm going to do that when we go and build the, what's it called? The plaza right there in the middle. Which I think that space right there for the plaza in the middle should work. Hopefully, I think I saved myself enough space. Not sure though. But so I'm trying to get the barriers close as I possibly can to the pathway. That way it looks good. Um, right there's a little fucky, but it's alright because that's the staff area anyway. But yeah, overall, I think the enclosure came out solid. There's just a couple things I do wish I could have changed about it, but it is what it is. Also, before filming this video, I kid you not, I had the thing on three times speed, okay, for about 10 minutes, and it was raining the whole time. That's why the ground's wet. I legit had to wait 10 minutes on 3 times speed for for the rain to stop. It was terrible. But as you can see, I'm doing a massive, massive enclosure for the most part. It's easily the biggest enclosure we've built so far. And I think I like it. I think I like it. I think I like the way it came out. I'm very 50-50 on it. I keep going back and forth on if I like it or not. But oh, sorry. But yeah, I mean, it's a solid enclosure. It took a decent amount of work. I did finish it faster than I thought I was going to, but I think it's because before I was thinking about doing the plaza and stuff all in one go. If I did the plaza and everything in one go, it probably would have been closer to like 4 hours. But the enclosure itself took about an hour and a half to 2 hours, somewhere in that range. I don't know exactly because I didn't film everything because I fucked up the recording earlier. So this is just most of it. But so I put in these viewing domes too, so that they could see like into the farther parts of the enclosure, because they're not really gonna see too well. I think I am gonna go ahead and do the bridge going all the way across the enclosure though, since I can't do the ride. That's something I kind of was debating on. So I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below if I should do that. Kind of how we did the shared enclosure for the zebras and the sable antelope and the ostriches. Something like that where it's just a really big bridge going over the enclosure. Let me know though if I should do that or not. Because I'm contemplating that. Also, let me know ideas on hard shelters for the animals. because I did just put in some pre-made ones, and I think I want to change those eventually, but I just put in some pre-made ones for right now. So let me know about the bridge, the hard shelter, and let me know if there's any little props or like handmade structures you want me to make for this enclosure. I did make a dam, and that was about it. It was just a nice, quick little dam that I thought came out solid. So yeah, if you guys want to give me ideas, I'll definitely implement them in any way I can. But as you can see, there's just two little ponds with a little stream connecting both of them. I think it looks good. And then I kind of just went with the terrain generator, or the terrain editor, and I just pulled up different parts of the terrain just to make some hills here and there, and I think it came out pretty good. I think it will work really well. It wasn't exactly what I envisioned, but I think it looks good still. So this is me trying to fuck with. That's what the next probably 10 minutes is gonna be. Well, not yet, but that's what about 10 minutes of this video is probably. Just me trying to do the track editor, and I'll kind of tell you what I was thinking, why I was building that, but I'm just very sad that I wasn't able to do that the way I wanted to. Because I thought, I thought I would be able to have two different stations on each side of the enclosure, okay? And I thought I was going to be able to just have one go back and forth. It doesn't work like that. It has to be a loop. So, it just sucked. I ended up having to delete everything. But there was a couple, like, I let it auto-complete a couple times, and it came up with some cool stuff that I'm thinking could work. I'm just on the fence about it. I'm really on the fence because I don't know if I want to just have like a fucking monorail going through the whole zoo or what. I could though. There's enough room for me to make a station right here. There's no room for me to make a station in the front of the zoo though. That's the thing. Because I need a station in the front of the zoo, I need a station on the North American side, I need a station on the Asian side. And then I'll need one further in later. I don't know though. But yeah, so I just smoothed everything out. Made it so those hills weren't as aggressive. Made it so that the river was slowly sinking. And then now here is our wasted 10 minutes. So I thought too, also, I thought you could put these through that gate. I tried, and I couldn't. So, oh wait. Wait. I'm dumb. I don't think it has to be a loop. Fuck, I'm not sure. It might not have to be a loop. I'm not sure though. But yeah, I don't know how to get that gate to work, first of all. I tried everything. It wouldn't like connect with the track or anything. So I don't think those gates work the way I thought they did or something. Unless they're for like a different ride. But they did not work for the 4x4 adventure. So that sucks. I'm just sitting here like trying to figure it out. Oh, sorry. But yeah, nothing. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, I don't know what the fuck it wants me to do. So I decided to go over it. And I just deleted the gates. Oh, I could have tunneled too. I forget about that. So you have an autocomplete and it just does a loop. But, so I get rid of that. And then I'm like, okay. So I run the track first. And then I put in the gate. I look how much track I ran too before even testing to see if it works. Fucking stupid. But I ended up deleting it because I was like, oh, I don't like that. Then I'm like, okay, let's try going up and over. And then I don't know why either. I was struggling with keeping it leveled. I would hit it and it would always just fucking bow and shit. I don't know why. But yeah, so I did this. And then I'm like, oh wait, I should maybe spread it out so there's not as many support beams. But I did the whole layout, right? Okay. And then it was for naught. It would have been really cool too, though, to be able to go through that enclosure and see all the animals and stuff. Oh, you know what? The reason I made it so that it wouldn't go on the ground is because I was like, maybe I can't do that because the buffalo. But so I did this, and I'm like, okay, that's all right, whatever, you know, looks good. So put that in, and I'm like, okay, let's make a stop. And then it doesn't. And then when it goes to autocomplete, it just cuts through those enclosures, which I think this is a cool idea, but it was going through a bunch of my shit, and I just didn't, I didn't know what to do. But I think that is a good idea, because that's kind of cool to have it go through the trees and shit in the enclosures. So I'm contemplating doing this again and just raising it up right there, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. I probably should play Planet Coasters a little more. I have like 15 hours in Planet Coasters, but like I didn't get into it. I just built like my main plaza and threw in a couple of rides, and that was it. I didn't really get super into it. But yeah, so I end up just scrapping the whole thing because I'm like, okay, well, can't fucking do anything. I was like, okay, maybe I should straighten it out. I'm like, okay, maybe it's just too close to the road, and that's why I can't place it down or whatever because it's right there. But then, just no matter what, it has to auto correct or auto complete to all the way over there. But see, I just decided to straighten out and put it right there and see if that does anything. Nope. And I'm trying to like rotate the car or something so that it only goes that way. I can't do that. So it ended up just not working out, sadly. And I'm like, okay, I'll just cut through the plaza, cause that shit's all fucked up over there, cause all the trees. So I'm like, okay, I'll just cut through the plaza. It'll be all right. I mean, I didn't want to do it either because it's a plaza. I don't want people to be bothered by a fucking truck going over their head. But it's still, I couldn't make it work because of the angle and shit. And so I auto-complete it right here somewhere. And you'll see, it for me personally, it's too low, like over the pathway for me to like. See, I was going to try to do just a big loop right there, but it's really hard. But see, so I did that, and I'm like, okay, that's way too low. Like, people can barely walk under the pathway, so I'm like, nope, that's not going to work. So I deleted it a little bit, tried again, and it's still too low over there. And, like, that's too low for me. I don't want it to be super claustrophobic over the pathway like that. So I sadly just give up on it. I tried my best. Not really. I tried to try my best. But, well, no, I did try my best. That was like 40. You guys saw it cut down to like 8 minutes or some shit, but that was like 40 minutes. 45 minutes of me just trying to figure out how to fucking work with that 4x4 ride. And that shit was terrible. It's I don't know. It was just really hard to do. Anyway, we're going back to the habitat now, because fuck rides. Boom. So that's done, fixed, whatever, yada yada. Now we're gonna go, see, I was kind of thinking of other stuff to do. But even this, I'm just like, it doesn't have to be a fucking loop, you know? But I'm thinking that I could make a station right there on the other side of the habitat. I just have to move the staff path that's closer to the main pathway. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. I sat here for like an hour trying to get all these animals. Prairie dogs and bison are very hard to get. Very, very hard. But so Right now, basically, I'm just going through the habitat tab and filtering it by each animal and putting in some enrichment and food for each animal, as well as doing a hard shelter for them. And I just keep doing that for each animal. So, boom, throwing a mud bath down for enrichment, stuff like that. And then I legit just go from each animal. And, but yeah, I was gonna build a hard shelter, but then I was thinking, like, I don't want to spend all this time building a hard shelter and have it not work. Because the other ones weren't working when I built them. So I'm like, okay, we'll leave it alone for now. We'll put in some normal pre-made shelters. I didn't put in the same one everywhere either. I did a variety of them. And I think they look good. I think having a variety of them like that looks fine, so. But I go with I believe, yeah, I just go with the Planet Zoo shelter. And I think I put it in the ground a little bit. Oh, no, I don't. Damn, I must be thinking of something else. But, so, boom. See, just like that, the bison are done. They're good to go. They can be set in here except for the terrain and the plants and stuff. And then we go over to the... oh, yeah, also, I know I said we were going to do the javelina in here, but the more I was thinking about it, I'm like, it doesn't fucking make sense to put the javelina in here. Because they are desert animals, and this is mainly like a plains biome that I kind of went with. So, got rid of that. We're doing the beavers now, though, so we have a little floating, what's it fucking called? A floating, little fucking dock thing for them to chill on. Then add like rubber ducky, submarine, fish feeder, stuff like that. Slow feeder, just enrichment items. And does the fish feeder count as their normal food? Like, do they need other shit? Or can that fish feeder just be their food? I added in that water jet. I didn't even see if that fucking thing looked cool or not. I did not check it. I put it down. I didn't hit play. Well, I hit play to put in like stuff and make sure everything was reading correctly in terms of like if they have everything. But I forgot to check that jet. But yeah, see, so I do a variety of different hard shelters, and I think it looks good just having different hard shelters here and there for them to sleep in. And then for like the prairie dogs and I believe the skunks, they have burrows too. So I put in like 4 or 5 burrows so that they have a choice on where they want to chill. And then I was like, oh shit, that's right, the raccoon needs climbing stuff. So I built a little climbing thing too for the raccoon. It looks pretty good. It's nothing crazy. It's enough to satisfy them though. And then I'm adding in some more enrichment in this corner. Some fucking food bowls. I'm trying to... I don't know. I'm trying to kind of space stuff out, but I'm struggling. It's a very open area, but it felt weird just throwing enrichment everywhere. So now we're doing the climbing thing. It's pretty much standard for what I usually do. I'm doing my normal little ramp with the platform and then a piece of wood that they can climb up in the middle, but also looks like it's holding it up for support. So it's a fairly simple design for a climbing structure. I was going to add rocks to it, but then I was like, I'm trying to have this enclosure not be very rocky at all. I want it to look very natural. Or not natural, but I want it to look like a plains biome. So I didn't want to do too many rocks. I added a couple rocks in the mountains and stuff, but I was trying to keep it relatively simple and I guess clean. But so yeah, I do this little climbing structure here, and we just throwing in some little extra stuffs just so it's a little bit big. They got a little bit of space to work with. I didn't want it to be too little. But so I do that. Boom, done. Well, I'm gonna add one more log just to have it look good. Boom, done. So the raccoon, good to go. Next I think is the prairie dogs. Oh, it's the pronghorns. Oh, I keep forgetting about these fuckers. But adding so there's a food trough for each animal type, for each different species, and then adding in some different enrichment. See, I ignored this side like entirely. The side we're at right now, I ignored it. I didn't mean to. I just fucking ended up not doing anything over there. So then I'm like, okay, need to another hard shelter for these guys. There's a lot of them. So I put one over here. This one I sink into the ground, I think. Yeah, just a little bit. Oh shit, you know what? That's the same one I used over there. So I was lying to you guys, by the way, about not reusing the same one. I did right there. I didn't even realize. But so do that. Pronghorns are good. I forgot about the prairie dogs, so I'm like, okay, let's go do them. I'm like, okay, so burrow is a hard shelter for them. So I'm like, all right, let's throw in a couple of these just around so they have something to enjoy in different areas of the map. And then I do their own feeder over there, and then a couple enrichment items, sprinkler, herb scent, and I think that's it for them for enrichment, at least right now. And then I go over to the striped skunk. I throw in a couple more burrows because I'm like, I want you. Well, oh, I only threw in one? Oh, I thought I threw in more. But yeah, I wanted them each to have a couple choices, so there's two on each side for them to pick, I guess. A couple enrichment items because I do want the skunk to kind of live in that area. And then that's it. That's it for the animals, I think. Yeah. And then I just throw everything in there. I didn't check. Oh shit. I don't know if I remember checking if the skunks ever showed up. Adding everything to the work zone just to be safe. I didn't add anything in the plaza to the work zone yet because those probably will get deleted or moved or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do in that plaza still. I want it to look good. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. And then, so now I believe it's just like plants and stuff. Oh, yeah, I put in all the viewing domes. I forgot already. Yeah, put in a couple viewing domes on each side so they have stuff to look at. And I'm like, okay, it all should work, hopefully. I don't know how this fucker keeps getting out, too. I put in a null barrier. It's like 40 feet high. I don't know how the fuck it's getting out. I'm gonna have to just go over there and watch it one day and see. But, so I pause it. Okay, I did send the striped skunks in, so they should be in there. But I'm like, okay, see, the buffalo are already content, or the bison are already content, but I'm like, gotta add in some more stuff. So we do some soil all around the water. I don't know why I do that either, because you would think that would be grassier by the water. I don't know why I choose to do soil around water for every enclosure. If you like look, you'll notice that. And then I add a little bit of rock to each of these hills just to make it look a little more natural, a little more varied. I should have added rocks to that side of the fucking hills too. I don't know why I didn't. But then I'm like, alright, let's add in some plants, which it's cool that these are kind of the same plants as the other areas as well. So that was really nice. Add in a bunch of same plants as the other enclosures in this area. Some champion moss like I usually do. If it's not champion moss, it's just mossy rocks or fucking, what's that other thing I add with water? Something else. And then I do add reeds and lily pads and stuff, but I think the lily pads are later. But yeah, just a couple of reeds just to make the water look a little more natural. You guys know how I am with the water. I do 3 things every time, but I feel like it looks great every time. Some mossy rocks, reeds, and lily pads. I think it makes every water source just look better. I don't know what it is, but it works. And then this is the part where it's just like, No skill involved. I'm just throwing bushes every fucking where. Just randomly. Just randomly throwing bushes everywhere so it fills in some space and looks somewhat natural. And then just more trees. You just gotta throw in trees everywhere. Which, like, these guys, it's cool because they don't need much because they're used to just plains, like, open grass fields, you know? But the other ones needed a lot more coverage than I put in here. I was like, okay, these guys are good on coverage. I'm not going to put too much more, right? The other guys need a fuck ton of coverage. So I'm pretty sure the bison have too much coverage in the enclosure. Because I think I had to get it up to like 18% or some shit for it to work good. For everyone. Or 20%, 25. And I think the bison, it's like 15 is their max. So there's definitely too much coverage for them. But it should be fine because they're all like super happy because they have the interspecies bonuses and stuff. And all of them have enough enrichment and things like that, except for the prairie dogs have no food enrichment. So, and the bison have no food enrichment. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just adding in a couple of rocks just randomly, just to add some variety, you know, add some randomness to the habitat, make it look a little more natural, you know, just random. That's my thing too. Is like, yeah, you could make a really good looking enclosure, but you kind of have to just throw shit everywhere if you want it to look natural. And that's what I did. I just threw shit randomly for the most part when it came to rocks and plants. I had to do a willow. I'm like, dude, it looks too good. I have to add it by the water somewhere. So I did. Couple more trees. Because I'm like, it's fucking empty. I gotta add more trees. So I do it. I just add a shit ton more trees. That's still not enough for everyone else. Because when I go to the other animals, I'm like, oh shit. You all have different plant requirements. Like, they all have different biome plant requirements and stuff like that. Because once you get down to, like, the, I think it was, I'm trying to think. I think it was the raccoons and the skunks and the beavers. They all had, like, because the beavers obviously had aquatic foliage. And then the raccoons and the skunks, I believe, had, like, more tropical plants in them. And so did the, I think that was it, actually, for, like, variety in plants. But as you can see here, I'm doing this dam. I'm trying to make it somewhat random, but also not, because it does have to look like it seals in water. But I was trying to make it somewhat random so that it looks like the beavers built it, you know? I wish they could build stuff on their own slowly. That's another thing, too. I wish I had more trees by the water, because the fucking beavers need trees to do stuff like this, but yeah, so I'm just randomly adding logs, trying to keep them at varying depths, you know what I mean? And just doing my best to make it look good. I think it came out alright. It definitely could have been better. It's not what I was thinking when I built it. I think in my head, something like the littler logs would have probably worked better than these bigger ones. But I was already, like, almost done building it when I thought about it. So I was like, oh, we'll leave it for now. If I feel like it later, I'll rebuild it. But I think for right now, it looks good. It did what I wanted it to. And then I go through and I just add in some of these little logs. Just to fill in gaps. And not even fill in gaps, but to add more of like a variety to the size of the wood. And to make it just look a little more random on the top, you know? Because right now it's very clean, very straight. So I do go through at the end right now, you'll see it, and I just randomly have it go in different directions. And I think it worked out pretty good. But again, it was just something where I was like trying my best. But this is something where it's really hard to make it look random, naturally as well. Because this is something where it does require like precise positioning for it to look good. So I threw in some random logs like this going sideways and shit, so it looks more random and it looks more natural. And I think I like the way those little logs made the top look. But then, as you see right now, we'll click on the pronghorn and I'm like, okay, they need more soil. Go through, add more soil to like the bedding areas and a little bit more around like the river and stuff, you know, just to make it look good. But yeah, just throwing in a bunch of soil everywhere. And then I do it around the prairie dog or the burrows as well, because I'm like, makes sense, right? They're kicking up a lot of dirt when they're digging, so you want to have a lot of like dirt right there next to them. So I do that as well. I feel like it's a lot of soil, but the pronghorns wanted more. I still didn't get it into the green for them, but it's good. And then I did a shit ton of short grass later, I think. But then see right here, I'm like, oh shit, nowhere near enough coverage for you guys. Nowhere near enough plants. So I'm like, alright, let's go ahead and add some stuff. So some big trees, which look great. I really like the way those trees look, that first tree I put down. And then I'm just trying to fill it in, you know, fill it in, get their coverage to where they are happy with, but also fill in the enclosure so it looks nice. I put in one redwood. I had to. Look how big it is. I had to put in one redwood. But yeah, and then just random shit. Ferns and stuff. Just greenery, you know, just to make it green, make the animals happy. And then some stuff in here, I'm like, I just simply can't put that. Like all the desert stuff, I'm just like, I can't put it in here at all. I do add all this aquatic grass and stuff, though, which makes it look nicer down here. I didn't do it in the other side, I don't think. But I did it right here, and I'm like, alright, I like the way that looks. It definitely makes the water look a little more lively and stuff. And I think it was definitely a good choice to add all that greenery under the water. I might not record everything because this only has 2 more minutes. I might have not recorded me putting all the plants down because I thought I put in more trees. We'll see. And then for them, I'm like, alright, they're good. Their enrichment's bad. Yeah, it's the prairie dogs. Beavers, I'm like, oh, okay, they need more coverage. So we go through, we add some more trees and stuff. I do add a couple by... See, these are really cool, too. I like the way those pine trees look. Monkey pine. But I had a couple of trees by the water, which that's where I'm like, oh, okay. It's starting to come together now. It's starting to look real good. Like, it definitely needed some trees by the water, for sure. But I do that. I'm like, alright. Everything's good. Everything seems alright. See, I don't think I checked on the skunks. We'll see right now, but I don't think I did. But yeah, so I'm just making sure they're all happy, and it seems like they are. It seems like they're all good. Oh, okay, I am waiting for the skunks. But I enjoyed building the enclosure, and I think it came out pretty good. It's not what I envisioned, but then again, I was literally just picturing like real life, and it's kind of hard to make real life habitats like that. See, and it started fucking raining again. Dude, it rains so much, it's terrible. Yeah, I wish I didn't pick this biome as my starting biome. But the desert's harder, because then I have to put a cooler in for almost every fucking animal, because it'll be 105 degrees. I don't know if I did anything for the skunks. I'm pretty sure they're just good. They're just happy. Yep, they're just good. Add in, oh, okay, see, and then I go through and I add in a bunch of short grass. But, Yeah, I just added in a bunch of short grass everywhere in the enclosure. And then after this too, I had to also wait like 10 minutes for the rain to go away. But yeah, just added in a bunch of short grass. Anyway, let's hop in the game. I'll take a closer look and show you the animals running around. Alright guys, and this, I have no frames right now. This is the way the enclosure came out. I think it looks really good. It looks pretty natural. Once it fills in too with more animals, after they start breeding and stuff, it'll look really good. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. It's what I wanted it to be, you know. I wanted it to not be like super full because it is a plains like biome. But as you can see, I mean, these guys are happy. Zoe right here, real happy, enjoying her enclosure. Got our beavers over, yeah, our beavers are over here. Their social is a little down for some reason. Oh, it says it. Oh, okay. It's just calculating and stuff. They might need more water. I might have to add in more water. Um, that's something we'll think about later. Actually, you know what? Let's do that right now. Fuck it. Oh. Shit. Hold on. We're gonna have to... I think that got all of it. Think so. Confirm. I'm just gonna save it as a blueprint real quick. Damn. GG. Scenery, nature. Create blueprint. Okay, so that's good. So we're gonna go through real quick and hopefully this doesn't fuck everything up. Can I add? See, it's obstructed. Oh wait, no it's not. Okay, we're good. Cool. So let's remove that. So what I want to do then, since they need more water, is I want to shrink the size of this and I want to push this like this. Like that. See what I'm doing? Now I want to go through, we'll flatten the foundation. Sorry about that. But we'll go through, we'll... Something like this is what I'm thinking. And then we'll... This hopefully should be enough water for them too. I don't know if this is deep enough to really hold much water. I have to push this down right here so it connects properly. And then I could go through and smooth it a little bit and then go to add water. Okay, that's what I wanted it to look like for the most part. I wonder if that is enough water for them. Oh, it moved them because the water. It moved them because I was messing with the terrain by them. It fucking moved everything. How are you guys doing on water now? Okay, now it's more than enough. Oh, it was more than enough to begin with. It was just glitching. Well, whatever. Now we got a little river, which looks fine. It's a little wider than I wanted it to be. Yes, okay, though. Alright, so, let's see. So the bison are good, the beavers are good. How are the pronghorn feeling? She's already pregnant, so... If that doesn't tell you it's good, then I don't know what does. How's the skunks doing? See, they're still doing good. Grass, a little too much long grass, but I don't want to get rid of all of it. So I think they'll be alright. I like that they're all going in different directions, too. Where the fuck are my raccoons? They're the one animal I have not seen this whole time. Oh, and the prairie dogs. How are you doing? Enrichment is pretty bad, which I knew it was going to be, but that's alright. Oh, so we did get our coverage to 15%. Alright, that's nice. I don't know where the fuck the raccoons are. There he is. He's over here by his climbing stuff. Good. He has his water, he has his climbing space. Something's swimming. The pronghorn's swimming, what the hell? I didn't think the pronghorn would swim, that's cool. Look at that, man, that's sick. Can you get out fine? Can you get out right there, dude? Why are you just staying in the water? Are you gonna drown? Oh, he can get up right there. There's parts of the water, though, where he can't get up. Which is weird. Like, he just can't traverse right here at all. Even though I smoothed it out. Oh, he got out, though. Cool. So the enclosure looks... See, I think it looks really good. It's open over here, which is where I want the bison to hang out the most. We'll see if they do that. But I think it looks really good. They got more than enough space. They should be happy. And then once they all start reproducing... I mean, because each of these animals can have like fucking 10 total for each type. So, I mean, in the end, there should be a shit ton of animals in here. So I think this enclosure is going to work out really, really good. I'm very happy with the way it came out, I'd say. But, yeah, that's this episode of Planet Zoo. So next episode, we're going to be doing our education. We already have our benches and stuff because it's already a pre-made area we already did. But we have to put benches and lights and stuff right here because we got to build our plaza. Which this is wide enough to do a row of chairs, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then we got to do our like plaza, our food buildings and stuff still. Then we have to have the middle plaza area for our benches and everything. So it's going to be a big process, but hopefully it comes out good. That'll be next episode though, along with education like I was saying. And then we'll take a look at some Asian animal and put it over here. See, no one's coming over here. This entire half of the zoo is just dead. I need to add food and drinks over here. So maybe that's what we'll do also next episode. Maybe. If we don't do it... Oh, dangerous dude. Sorry. Outsider. Injured outsider. Are you an outsider? Outsider. Damn, they bred so fast. I was unprepared. I need to put them... Oh, I can't. Okay, that's gonna let me just release them. They bred so fast, and I wasn't paying attention because I was trying to build the enclosure. That only got rid of one of them. That only got rid of him. Or her, or whatever. Release this one to the wild as well. They breed so fast, the animals, and I always forget to fucking check to see when they mature. But yeah, we gotta build up another plaza on the other side of the zoo. And then him, I don't think I'm gonna be able to move. I'm gonna throw him in quarantine. Because him I can't get rid of until he heals. So he'll go into quarantine. At least he should. Yeah, he's being carried. So that should be fine. That's our normal stuff. But yeah, I think we need to do a plaza over here to entice people to come to this side of the zoo more. So we might do that either next episode or the episode after. I don't think we're going to do animals for like 2 or 3 episodes. Or maybe even 4. I'm not sure yet. Because I need to get a plaza in over here so people come this way to the zoo more. I need to fill in this gap and this gap. I need to do this plaza, like I was saying. I need to find a way to fill in this gap here. But I also need to decide if I'm going to do a monorail around the zoo or not. Because if I am, I could do a station right here. It's not too far from the entrance. So I could do a station right here, a station right here, and a station right here. So I need to figure out if I want to do a monorail or not. And then yeah, I just got to go through filling gaps because like stuff like this I forgot to do last time we filled in gaps. So I just got to go and do shit like that and clean up the zoo a little bit more. But yeah, that's it for today. Again, I think the enclosure came out really well. I'm very happy with the way our zoo's turning out so far. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode of Planet Zoo, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you guys want to see the channel in the future. Oh, we are being tired. Fuck. So we're gonna, it's just a... Oh, that's it! That's it. Oh, God. I didn't even realize the male died. So I can get a good male, a young male. Right there, and then this female is terrible, so I'm not gonna get her, but I can get this male for now. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for this episode of Planet Zoo. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys want to see on the channel in the future. And I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. Stay safe out there, and peace out, guys.